Okay. Now the screen is visible, students. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So simultaneously I can do. If last time what had happened, screen was not there in the recording after a period of time. I had no idea regarding this. So that's why if the screen is not visible, please tell me so that I can correct it quickly. Okay. So today we will start first with exothermic and endothermic reaction. Okay. So you can put the heading exothermic reaction. Or before that, let us think about reactions. Am I audible? Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us think about a chemical reaction. Okay. Chemical reaction means mainly two things are involved. Which are the things involved in a
मैम
chemical
font
reaction?
size बहुत छोटा है.
What?
मैम font size बहुत छोटा है मैम, थोड़ा बड़ा कर दीजिए.
Okay, I'll do.
Ma'am, products and reactants.
Is it okay? Is it okay? Font size okay?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Okay. So in a chemical reaction, there are two things
Products
are
and
there.
reactants.
Okay. So first of all, reactants. Okay. Reactants. Then reactants give product. So these are the two important components of a normal chemical reaction. Reactants gives product. But some chemical reactions are associated with heat energy too. Today we'll discuss what are those cases where heat energy is also involved. So
Exothermic reaction.
there are two type of chemical reactions which involved heat energy, especially heat energy. So how this heat energy is producing or how heat energy is absorbing, let us think about that. Okay. Maybe you can remember law of conservation of energy. What do you mean by law of conservation of energy? Anybody can say the statement.
Energy is neither created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction.
Yeah, energy neither created nor destroyed. Simple. Whether it is a chemical reaction or any other process, there is neither energy created nor destroyed. Similarly, there is another law which is related to chemical reaction, and this law is known under the name law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass.
मैम ये हमने लास्ट ईयर पढ़ा था मैम कि मैम
Exactly.
मैम लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास पे तो बैलेंसिंग डिपेंड करती है ना.
Correct. Law of conservation of mass simply states that in a chemical reaction, total mass of the reactant should be equal to total mass of the product. Understood? In a particular chemical reaction, total mass of the products equal to total mass of the reactant. This is the simple way of stating the law. What is that? Total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of the product. Total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of the product. Okay, so this is the simple way of defining the law. Okay, law of conservation of mass. So when we take reactants and products, in some cases, reactant has more energy compared to product. Okay, so let me ask one question. When we burn a piece of wood, which are the type of energy producing during this reaction?
Heat
A
energy.
piece.
Heat energy.
Okay. Heat
Light
energy.
Light
Light
energy.
energy is there. Heat energy, light energy. Any other form of energy is created? Okay, so let us focus on these two energy, heat energy and light energy. Where this energy has stored, think about where this energy has stored, inside the wood, isn't it? So that means initially wood has energy. So during the time of burning, this energy gets converted into heat energy and light energy. So every substance has its own energy. It is stored inside the body. And when occasions come, when reactions takes place, this energy comes out in different form. We are consuming food. For what purpose? Why we are consuming food? We have breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner, in between we have snacks. What is the use of all this?
To get energy.
Anyone? हाँ,
हम बर्निंग ऑफ वुड में पोटेंशियल एनर्जी काइनेटिक एनर्जी में चेंज हो जाती है.
but simple way we can say that we need energy for work, correct? Even for reading, writing, and for studying. So we need energy. For that purpose, we are taking food. So food is a fuel, correct? So energy is stored inside the food. When we consuming food, when it get inside our body, then it's converted into different forms of energy. Okay, this is a simple meaning. So in some reactions, what happen? Heat energy of reactants is more than that of product. Okay, so let us think about first situation, write first state. What all I am writing on the word. So you try to copy it, okay? Because I am trying to teach one concept related to exothermic and endothermic reaction. So let us think about that. If heat energy of reactants is greater than that of product. Heat energy of reactants is greater than that of product. In this case, what will happen? Extra heat energy is, or extra energy is, instead of heat energy, we can simply write energy also, no harm. So extra heat energy is moves out of the reaction medium during the time of chemical reaction. So this energy is getting liberated. Liberated means heat is evolved. So when heat energy of reactants is greater than that of product, during chemical reaction, what will happen? Heat gets evolved. Evolved means liberated. Okay, such reactions are known under the name exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Okay, so what are exothermic reactions? Chemical reactions in which evolution of heat energy takes place. Chemical reactions in which evolution of heat energy takes place are called exothermic reactions. Now I'll give one example of representing an exothermic reaction, again in a symbolic way. Okay, so in order to express an exothermic reaction, we can adopt this pattern. Which pattern? R gives product, then plus heat. Okay, what does it mean? It means that during the time of a chemical reaction, heat energy is evolved. See, R gives P plus heat. Okay, plus heat. Plus heat is coming in which side? Product side. Why it is coming in product side? Because during the time of chemical reaction, heat energy is moving out along with the product. Okay. So this is an example of representing an exothermic reaction. So let us think about the second case. What about the second case? Second, we will discuss about the second type of
Energy is absorbed.
correct. Second type of chemical reaction. Okay. Second type of chemical reaction, what will happen? Heat energy of reactant is less as compared to product. Okay. Heat energy of reactant is less. See, this is the way of representing that. Heat energy of reactant is less. That means heat energy of product is more. So in this case, what will happen? In order to save time, I am just to copy and I'll make an appropriate change. Okay. You people can't do this. Heat gets absorbed. So in this case, what will happen? Heat get absorbed. Such reactions are known under the name endothermic reactions. Heat energy of reactant is less as compared to product. So in order to follow law of conservation of energy, what will happen? Extra energy is provided to the reactant. Because of that, heat energy gets absorbed during the time of reaction. Endo means taking inside. Exo means moving outside. So such reactions are known as endothermic reaction. So you can understand that how to express this kind of reaction. Okay, how to express this kind of reaction? A reactant, then we need to add heat. Okay, we need to add heat in this side. After that, we will get what? We will get the product. So this is the simple way of representing an endothermic reaction. Okay, R plus, R means reactant and P means product. Okay, so this is all about endothermic reaction. So I hope it is clear to all. So this is an important point. What are endothermic reactions? Chemical reactions in which absorption of heat energy takes place. Chemical reactions in which absorption of heat energy takes place are called endothermic reactions. Okay, is it clear to all? So let us think about another next topic that we have already started, isn't it? Writing a chemical equation. Writing a chemical equation, that is the next topic. How to write a chemical reaction. Chemical equation. Writing a chemical equation. What is a chemical equation? Chemical equation is the method of representing a chemical reaction with the help of symbols and formulae of the substance involved in it. Method of representing a chemical reaction. Okay. In terms of what? In terms of symbols and formulae of reactants and products. There are two ways of representing a chemical equation. First of all, in terms of words. Okay, that is known under the name. Anybody can say what is that particular type of chemical equation where we are using words. For example, magnesium plus
Word equation. Word equation.
Correct, correct. So they are known under the name word equations. So word equations are those equations where words related to reactants and products expressed in the form of equation. Okay, so that is called a word equation. And second one is called a chemical equation. So chemical equation can be written with the help of symbols and formulae of reactants and products. Okay, chemical equations. So now let us think about how to write a chemical equation properly, or how to write a word equation. So word equation we have to do in the next topic. There we will discuss how to balance a chemical equation. Otherwise, word equation is simple to understand. Suppose the reaction is magnesium burns in air, produce magnesium oxide. So how to write word equation? Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. So this is the word equation corresponds to the chemical reaction. Okay, but chemical equation is something different. So there are four different steps to write a chemical equation. Here we are not discussing balanced or unbalanced equation. Here we will simply say how to write a chemical equation. First of all, the symbols and formulae of reactants and products we have to express. Okay, symbols and formulae. Reactant towards left hand side and product towards which side? Reactants,
Right hand side.
correct. Reactants, then this is in the left hand side. After that, we can write products, correct? So this is the simple way. First step, we can remember this, reactants and products. Second is symbols and formulae of products towards larges and reactant towards LHS. If more than one reactant or more than one product is there, we need to use a plus sign in between. Okay, how to write that plus sign? I'll show one example. Suppose A reacts with B, forms C and D. So in this particular case, A and B are known as reactants and C and D are products. So here we need to use a plus sign. This is the second step. We need to use a plus sign by correlating reactants and products if more than one are present. Then third feature is already expressed in this equation. An arrow is put in between reactants and products, starting from the reactant and ends with the product. Starting, see, this is the way to express arrow. So these are the steps. And last one, balanced and unbalanced chemical equations are there. Sometimes after this process, we will get a balanced chemical equation. Sometimes after the process, we will get an unbalanced equation. In order to follow law of conservation of mass, we need to balance a chemical equation. So let us think about how to balance a chemical equation. So write the heading, very, very important part. Okay. How to balance a chemical equation. How to balance a chemical equation. How to balance a chemical equation. Okay. So altogether, there are 7 steps involved in balancing a chemical equation. 7 steps. So need not use all the steps for balancing a chemical equation. Okay, because in some cases directly word equation is given to you. So in that case, no need to write word equation again. Some case a statement of the reaction is given. What do you mean by statement of the reaction? Statement of the reaction, for example,
Word equation.
No, not word equation. Suppose statement. I'm giving that statement. Okay. First of all, I'll write that um, carbon burns in air. All of you can write burns in air, produces carbon dioxide and water. Sorry, only carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide. That is the next reaction only.
C plus CO2 is
Carbon
equals to
dioxide.
C plus
Okay.
O2 is equals to.
Suppose this is the this is the statement. This is called the statement of chemical reaction. Carbon burns in air, produces carbon dioxide. This is called the statement of chemical reaction. So first step of balancing a chemical equation is write word equation. Okay. If you want, you can write the steps. So what is the first step? To write a word equation correspond to the reaction. Write word equation. Write word equation. Okay. So this is the first step. Write word equation. First step. And second step is write skeletal chemical equation. Write skeletal chemical equation. Skeletal chemical equation. Write skeletal chemical equation. Okay, write skeletal chemical equation. What do you mean by skeletal chemical equation? Skeletal chemical equation means by using symbols and formulae, we have to represent reactants and products involved in a chemical reaction. Understood? By using symbols and formulae of reactants and products, we have to write a chemical equation. That is called the skeletal chemical equation. Okay. Then next one, see, in the case of non-metal elements, non-metal, for example, nitrogen. Symbol of nitrogen is what? N. But formula of nitrogen is N2. There you need to use formula. Okay. Not how this sound is coming. Okay. Wait. No problem. Now, next step is, so first of all, you have to count number of atoms of each element present on both the sides of arrow. Count. So I will not write it on the board. So count number of atoms of each element present on both sides of the arrow. So I'll show that example which we have already written. C plus formula of oxygen is O2. Correct? Gives, and formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. Okay. So in this case, you can see that carbon, the formula is C and its symbol is also C. Carbon dioxide formula is CO2. So count the number of atoms of each element on both sides of the arrow. For example, carbon. Let us take carbon. So left side of the arrow, how many carbon atoms are there? 1. Right side of the arrow, again, how many carbon atoms are there? 1. So the number of carbon atoms are same on both the side of the arrow. Okay. Now come to the next element, oxygen. So I will ask this question to one student. Okay. Let that student answer this question. How many oxygen atoms are present on left side of the arrow? Mehak, say the answer. Mehak, are you there? Ah. How many number of atoms of oxygen are there on left side of the arrow?
Ma'am, 2.
2. Okay, wait. And come to the right side. I'll ask the question again to one student. Keshav, are you there? Keshav? Okay. Shivam, are you there? Shivam Meena? Shivam? Sachi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many atoms of oxygen are there on the right side of the arrow?
2.
2. Very good. So in this case, number of atoms of carbon and oxygen on both the sides are equal. Isn't it? So the third step is already fulfilled in this particular reaction. Okay. Now we can say that this is a balanced equation. This is a balanced chemical equation. Okay. So in some cases, these three steps are more than sufficient to balance a chemical equation. Some cases, these three steps are not sufficient. So let us think about one reaction of that type. Okay. Now I will write another question. All the students will write it down. Okay. Right. Magnesium burns in air. All of you will write. Magnesium burns in air produces magnesium oxide. So this is the chemical reaction. Okay. Now, can you write the three steps corresponding to this reaction within 1 minute? Can you try to do it? Otherwise, I will ask somebody else to say the answer. Okay. By using 1 minute, try to write down the three steps.
Ma'am, Mg plus O2 is equals to 2 MgO.
That is a balanced equation. It is not a balanced equation. Okay. Write the first, Saurav, you will say the first equation. Word equation.
Magnesium plus oxygen is equals to magnesium oxide.
Okay, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Well, Kartikeya, you say the second step. You'll say.
मैम अब हम लोग उसमें लिखेंगे ना मैम केमिकल इक्वेशन Mg plus O2
formula Mg plus
O2
gives
equals to MgO.
Correct. Okay, this is the second step. Okay, and third step. Midushi, have you written third step?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, say the third step if you have completed.
2 Mg plus O2 give rise to 2 MgO.
Very good. Okay, now I will explain to you. So this is the equation in which reactants and products expressed in their symbols and formula, isn't it? Rest of the students take care. Mg, magnesium, burns in air means reaction with oxygen forms magnesium oxide. Now tally the number of atoms of each element on either side of arrow. Come to the first case, magnesium. Magnesium, left side 1 atom, again right side also 1 atom. Oxygen, left side, how many atoms are there? Tanya, how many oxygen atoms are on left side?
1.
Left side of the arrow. How many oxygen atoms are there? O2. What does it mean? O2 means? O2. O2 represent what?
2 oxygen atoms.
Very good. 2 oxygen atoms. So left side 2 oxygen atoms are there. Ishika Gupta, say how many atoms are on the right side?
1.
1. So it means number of oxygen atoms are not balanced. So while we are balancing the equation, we are not supposed to disturb the formula. So magnesium oxide has the formula MgO. It never changes. So in order to balance an equation, we need to put number on left side of symbols and formula, right? In this case, in order to balance oxygen atom, we need to put a number 2 on left side of arrow. So it is 2MgO. Now one problem get resolved. Which problem? Number of oxygen atom on left side and right side of the arrow are same. Now second problem arise. What is that? Number of magnesium atom is not balanced. Right side, see the number. This number is for, this particular number is for both the element, magnesium and oxygen. So right side has 2 magnesium atom and 2 oxygen atom. Now magnesium atom, only 2 magnesium atom, 2 atoms are there on right side. So we need to put 2 on left side of magnesium on the LHS. Now look at the equation. 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. This is the way of balancing a chemical equation. Is it clear to all? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now I will give a third reaction. Right. All of you will write the statement. Okay. Methane burns in air. Right. Methane burns in air, produces carbon dioxide and water. Okay, let us make a trial with this. Third, methane burns in air, produces what? Carbon dioxide and water. Let us make a trial. All of you will try to write. I will ask other 3 more students to complete the answer. Okay. So this is first, second, and this is third. So all of you will get ready for the answer. I will tell you the formula of methane if you don't know. Write the formula CH4. This is the formula of methane. I think you know the formula of water and carbon dioxide, correct? Water, the formula is H2O and carbon dioxide CO2. Try to write.
मैं बताऊं.
Wait, थोड़ी wait करना सौरभ. Methane burns in air, produces carbon dioxide and water. After 1 minute, Saurav, you can say the answer, okay? Okay, 1 minute over. Saurav, you can say the answer.
मैम 1 सेकंड जो कर रहा था मैंने गलत किया.
No problem. Say the all steps. Word equation, skeletal equation, then balanced equation.
मैं कहूँ.
अरे उसको दे दो ना.
अरे मैं कहता हूँ ना मैम.
अरे उसको दे दो, बोलने दो ना.
मैंने कर लिया.
Okay. Say the answer.
Ma'am, answer is CH4 plus 2O2 equals to CO2 plus 2H2O.
CH4 plus, okay, what is the word equation? I'm asking word equation.
Methane plus oxygen equals to carbon dioxide.
Word equation means what? Word equation means methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. Isn't it? This is the word equation. Okay.
Yes,
second step. What is the second step? This is the second step which I have written on the board. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It is there in the screen only. Okay. CH4 plus O2 giving CO2 plus H2O. Now tell how to balance the equation.
मैम मैं कहूँ
Ah, say.
मैम देखिए मैम इधर सी मैम इधर सी का एक एटम है, उधर भी सी का एक एटम है, तो सी तो बैलेंस हो गया।
Okay, wait. C, number of carbon atom balance. Very good. Now.
उसके बाद H के इधर 4 है, उधर केवल 2 है, तो मैम वहाँ पे
Okay,
जो
very good.
मैम वहाँ पे जो H2 है उसके आगे हमें 2 लगाना पड़ेगा।
Very good. So here we have to put 2. This is the way of balancing. Very good, Karthikeya.
मैम अब एक चीज होगा, यहाँ पे जो O था वो यहाँ पे 2 होगा, और यहाँ पे पहले में मतलब जो राइट हैंड में वहाँ पे 4 O ऑक्सीजन के एटम होगा, तो इसके
Okay. Oh, number of oxygen atoms are 4. Very good.
तो मैम
Correct.
मैम LHS में जो O2 है मैम उसमें भी 2 लगाना पड़ेगा, तो मैम इधर भी 4
Very good. Oh, very good. So here 4 oxygen atoms are there. So here 2 oxygen atoms and here 2 oxygen atoms. So, but in the LHS only 2 oxygen atoms are there. Here we have to put the number 2. Now it is a balanced chemical equation, correct? So this is the balanced chemical equation. This way of balancing the equation is known under the name hit and trial method. Write the name of this way of balancing the equation, okay? Hit and trial method. Hit and trial. This way of balancing the equation is hit and trial method. Okay? So this is the best way of balancing a chemical equation. Okay? Now this is all about today's description. So now I am coming back. Okay? Coming back to our class. Okay, now I am back. So how you feel this way of balancing the equation? Is it good? Say yes or no. Is it good? What do you feel? Is it okay? Now I need the
Yes,
feedback from the chat box. Okay, very good. So that's why. So when we are start doing this kind of balancing, you will never become wrong. Okay, so try to do this way of practicing the equation. I have so many examples for balancing the equations. So let us make a trial. Okay, for all these. So for that, let us, because now explanation is completed.